In the mid-20th century, Zecharia Sitchin, an author and researcher, introduced a radical theory that would challenge conventional understandings of ancient civilizations and human origins. In his book, The 12th Planet, Sitchin presented a revolutionary interpretation of the Anunnaki, deities of the Sumerians, based on his analysis of ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets. According to Sitchin, the Anunnaki were not mere mythological figures or gods, but extraterrestrial beings who came to Earth thousands of years ago. Their purpose? To mine the Earth's resources, particularly gold. Sitchin's theories revolve around the notion that these extraterrestrials arrived in Mesopotamia, now modern-day Iraq, where they descended from the skies and established themselves as rulers. His interpretation suggests that the Anunnaki arrived not for conquest, but to solve a planetary crisis. According to Sitchin, their home planet, Nibiru, was experiencing environmental devastation, and they needed gold to repair the damage to their atmosphere. Rather than performing the grueling work themselves, the Anunnaki allegedly used their advanced knowledge of genetic manipulation to create a species that could mine gold for them, humans. This theory posits that humans were not merely the result of natural evolution, but were genetically engineered by extraterrestrial visitors to serve as a slave race. Sitchin claimed that the Sumerian tablets clearly described this process, detailing how the Anunnaki manipulated the genetic material of early hominids to create modern humans. His research suggested that the creation of humankind was an intentional act by these advanced beings, who saw us as a means to achieve their goals on Earth. Sitchin even speculated that the infamous biblical flood, found in many ancient texts, was actually a deliberate event orchestrated by the Anunnaki to cleanse the Earth, either as a form of punishment or to control the population of their human creations. Mainstream scholars have largely dismissed Sitchin's work as pseudoscience, arguing that his interpretations are speculative and not supported by solid evidence. However, his ideas have found a dedicated following among ancient astronaut theorists. These theorists argue that Sitchin's interpretations offer compelling insights into humanity's origins, and that many ancient texts and archaeological findings, when re-examined, support the idea of extraterrestrial involvement in early human history. Linda Moulton Howe, a prominent proponent of the ancient astronaut theory, expands upon Sitchin's ideas, suggesting that the Anunnaki's activities weren't confined to mining gold. According to her interpretation, the Anunnaki might have been manipulating the genetics of not only humans but other species on a global scale. This theory suggests that the Anunnaki's influence extended far beyond the borders of Mesopotamia, potentially reaching into every corner of the ancient world. The genetic manipulation by the Anunnaki, according to Howe, may explain the sudden and seemingly inexplicable advancements in human evolution, particularly the leap in intelligence and societal complexity that occurred around this time. Another fascinating aspect of Sitchin's theory is the suggestion that the Anunnaki traveled to Earth using advanced spacefaring technology. William Henry, another researcher in the field, suggests that the Anunnaki utilized stargates or wormholes to move across the vast distances of space. According to this view, Nibiru might not be a planet in the traditional sense, but a crossing place, or a dimensional gateway, which allowed these beings to traverse between their world and ours. Historical evidence supporting Sitchin's theories comes from places like northern Iraq, specifically the ancient city of Nineveh. In the 19th century, British archaeologist Austen Henry Layard discovered the ruins of Nineveh, including the Great Library of Ashurbanipal, a royal archive containing thousands of cuneiform tablets. These tablets, some dating back to 3000 BCE, are some of the world's oldest written records. They contain detailed accounts of the Sumerian gods, or Anunnaki, interacting with humanity. The tablets describe these gods as towering, otherworldly beings who possessed great power and advanced technology. Some scholars even suggest that these beings were depicted with wings and symbols that could be interpreted as referencing space travel. The Sumerian texts further describe the Anunnaki as being 8 feet tall, towering over humans, and adorned with technological devices that gave them immense capabilities. Some tablets depict them flanking the Tree of Life, a common motif in many ancient cultures symbolizing the power of creation. There are also depictions of the winged disc, believed by some to symbolize the Anunnaki's ability to fly, possibly referring to spacecraft or other advanced technology. Jason Martell, an ancient astronaut theorist, argues that these records offer significant clues that the Anunnaki used their knowledge of genetics to create a race of workers to mine gold. In this view, the biblical story of Adam and Eve is not just a religious tale, but a retelling of the Sumerian creation story, where the Anunnaki engineered the first humans. Martell suggests that our ancestors may have recorded these events in mythological terms, but the true nature of these beings was extraterrestrial, not divine. These stories of gods creating humans are not unique to Mesopotamia. Across the globe, similar myths of sky beings descending to Earth and imparting knowledge to humans can be found. The Hopi and Zuni tribes of the American Southwest, for instance, have legends of Kachinas, beings who came from the stars and brought wisdom. Petroglyphs in the region depict figures with radiating wreaths around their heads, which some theorists interpret as evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. Similar carvings and legends can be found in Europe, Brazil, and Asia, suggesting that these encounters were not isolated to one region, but were part of a global phenomenon. In the caves of Lascaux, France, Paleolithic art dating back over 17,000 years depicts strange creatures, including a therianthrope, a being with the body of a man and the head of a bird. This figure closely resembles the Egyptian god Thoth, another deity linked to the heavens and knowledge. Could this ancient cave art be depicting the same extraterrestrial beings described by the Sumerians? According to ancient astronaut theorists, it is possible that these beings interacted with early humans across many cultures, imparting knowledge and shaping the course of human development. In the 19th century, further discoveries in Nineveh provided even more tantalizing evidence. Among the thousands of tablets found was the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth. This story recounts how the god Marduk used the blood of another god, Kingu, mixed with clay to create the first humans. Many believe this story to be a metaphor for genetic engineering, with the Anunnaki manipulating the DNA of early hominids to create modern humans. This view aligns with Sitchin's theory that the Anunnaki were involved in the direct genetic modification of human beings. Proponents of the ancient astronaut theory argue that such myths found in cultures worldwide are not simply the product of imagination or religious belief, but represent real historical events. According to this perspective, the Anunnaki were physical beings who arrived in massive spaceships and used advanced genetic techniques to engineer humanity. These beings, often revered as gods, provided early humans with the knowledge that would allow them to develop civilizations, technology, and culture. In conclusion, the ancient astronaut theory, as presented by Zecharia Sitchin and expanded by other researchers, suggests that humanity's origins may lie not in the natural processes of evolution, but in deliberate intervention by extraterrestrial beings. The Anunnaki, described in the ancient Sumerian texts, may have played a crucial role in shaping the course of human history. Whether mining gold, manipulating genetics, or traveling through stargates, these visitors from the stars may have left an indelible mark on the development of human civilization.